Hi everyone, my name is Emily Damasco, and I'm here to talk a little bit about my experience with working with Erica Anastasi through RTT and hypnotherapy. Where do I start? Well, now I'm in the 6th month of working with Erica. I started back in September, and coming into this, I'm in school right now. I'm an opera singer at Curtis Institute of Music, and I have been dealing with the issues that I will talk about later that surfaced during college, and they progressed and got a little bit worse through college, and I ended up digging myself a deep hole around March or April, and I wasn't really feeling myself, and I really felt like I needed to reach out. Now, I have reached out many times in many different ways, therapy, talk groups, all kinds of stuff. And talking about it, I couldn't seem to get it out. And I couldn't seem to speak my truth, as you would say, right? So I knew about hypnotherapy and RTT for a while. I didn't know what it did. I didn't know anything about it, but I knew that it is very, very helpful in a way that you can't really describe, because you have to be there and you have to experience it. And of course, there's tons of research on it. But I said to myself, let me try it. And I met Erica around August, and she was so welcoming. I mean, I didn't even know who she was, and within 2 minutes, I felt like I've known her my whole life. And I felt so comfortable around her. All I did was speak the whole time. And I spoke about me. And I truthfully told her how I felt. And I have never done that before. So I said, this woman's great. She's awesome. And intuitively I felt it. So I was like, okay, this is where we're going, y'all. Y'all, let's go. So when I started my journey, I said to myself, I'm laying my whole self out. I need to figure out what's going on. And I came in with the mindset of, what happens when, whatever happens, right? And Erica was really, really patient with me through the whole process. She also was very, very welcoming and very compassionate with me, and probably a lot of her clients, because that is just who she is. And I felt like the whole time I was there in my session, she was right there next to me, holding my hand. And that feeling never went away. And that's when I knew Erica was the most magical person on earth. And another thing to remember is that we trust people easily and not so easily, right? You go off of your judgment. I don't trust people that much, and I trusted her the minute I went into the session. And that said a lot. The aftermath, what I was working on before the aftermath, I was working on jaw tension, because I have a really bad jaw tension, TMD related, with muscular things, and I also have things with anxiety, and so we worked on those two things. And after my first session, I felt like I discovered so many things. It's not even funny. I could go on again. I could ramble for life on this stuff, but I'm gonna give you a short. There were things I didn't even know about myself that came up that I was so surprised. I let all my emotions out, regardless if I was crying like a hyena. I let it out, and I mean, it was amazing. It felt like I was a release. After the session, after 2 hours of sleeping, I got up and I felt so much better. I felt like a new person. I felt like I could go out and talk to people. And I felt like my jaw was feeling a lot better, and I started to progress as an opera singer with my technique and stuff, and everything just was going so well. And, here and there, it was well, and it was also really hard because things were surfacing that I had no idea about. And anxiety related, that was the hardest, because that's the hardest thing that I have to deal with. And I knew coming into it that it was very difficult. So Erica was there checking in on me the whole time. And during that process, even though it was hard, she was there 100%, willing to answer the phone, always there. And that made me feel really comforted. And I wouldn't have asked for a better person to be by my side during that time. Erica has the knowledge and understanding of humans. Okay, if that makes sense. She understands people so well. And if you consider working with her, you will see what I mean. And I'm sitting here today after 4 or 5 months of 3 sessions, right? And I am a completely different person. I am a completely different person. And I thought I couldn't meditate anymore. I thought I couldn't do anything. But then I met Erica, and everything was possible. Everything was free. Everything was available. I just had to get in the right mind, and I had to have the right person to guide me. So I really hope you consider working with Erica on whatever issue you have. You don't have to work on everything, but I really hope you do consider working with Erica, because she is so special, and she's an amazing teacher and supporter of everything that you are. So thank you, Erica, as you're listening, and thank you to those that are listening as well. Ciao.